connected.
What's up YouTube? It's dafobra, and today I want to talk about motorcycle protection. Protection is probably one of the biggest concerns when it comes to motorcycling, but it goes further than just protecting you. It's also protection of your motorcycle. We install parts like frame sliders and axle sliders in the hopes of keeping our rides beautiful, or at the very least, functional. One area of our motorcycles that is often overlooked is the radiator. The radiator allows hot coolant returning from your engine to be cooled by ambient air through its cooling fins. Positioned at the front of our motorcycles, it can be potentially damaged by rocks or pretty much any other piece of debris coming off the road. Now, it doesn't matter if you ride off-road or on city streets, the possibility is always there. A hole in your radiator, well, that can end your ride. And it's even worse if you're 20, 30, or maybe even hundreds of miles away from home. So what can you do? Well, I called up the guys at Motivation USA and ordered up a radiator guard from Cox Racing. Thanks for the shirt. The guard is constructed of lightweight and strong 50-51 aluminum, which is then hard anodized for a chip-free finish in a variety of colors. I chose black as I felt it would look best and be most unassuming. I don't need to see the protection. I just want to know it's there. You get the radiator guard, foam mounting pads, zip ties, and installation instructions. Installation is fairly straightforward and should take the average wrencher about 30 minutes. So that you can better see the installation on my CBR600RR, I'm going to remove this side upper fairing so that you can really get in there and see what's happening. It's not absolutely necessary to do this, but it does make getting in there a lot easier. So let's get started. With the side fairing removed, you can see the radiator here, which is retained both by upper brackets and a lower bracket right in the center here. We're going to have to remove this bolt because that's where the lower part of our radiator guard will mount. The first thing you want to do is remove the lower radiator bolt using a 10mm socket and wrench. So this is where the foam pads come into play. They are adhesive at the back and should be stuck around the perimeter here to give some spacing between the guard and the radiator. These pads will ensure that there's enough clearance between the guard and the radiator. So let's mount this thing. Okay, so the bottom is now bolted down. Now we use zip ties at the top to lock that down to the radiator mounts. Here's something I wanted to mention. The radiator guard fits beautifully with the contours of the radiator. The lower bolt bolts right up perfectly with the lower bolt. The upper mounting here is designed to use zip ties to retain the upper part of this radiator to the radiator brackets. And the eyelets that are included here, or the holes that are made for it, are on the upper outside corners here. And I believe when I was doing some research on this, and maybe it was an earlier design, had the holes more towards the center, where the radiator bolts or brackets actually are. Cox Racing supplies these zip ties. They're about 8 inches long, and they weren't long enough, so I had to use these. These I had laying around. These are 11 inches long, and they allowed me to go, let me put a light here, from the outside across to the upper radiator bracket and back again. So Cox Racing, if you're watching, if you have an idea of why this is, why I had to use an 11-inch zip tie that wasn't there, or if this is a design change, or if I made a mistake here, please let me know in the comment section down below. I do want to say that this radiator guard isn't going anywhere. Let's get back to the install. bike is now back together and looking beautiful. And best of all, its radiator is now protected. Retail price for the Cox radiator guard for my CBR600RR is a little more than $100. Is it worth that price? Well, you be the judge. Retail price on a new radiator for this motorcycle is around the $400 range. And that's not to mention the cost of a tow home. I do like the protection that this radiator guard offers. And on top of that, I really like how it looks. If you want to get a radiator guard for your motorcycle, I'm going to leave a link down below to Motivation Accessories website and you can check them out. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section down below and I'll do my very best to answer them. Thank you very much for watching and ride safe. I'll see ya.